that. All right. Just the reminders that July 1 is our first soft date for turn-in. Encourage all folks completing this semester in 605 to try to have their work in task stream, all their evidence artifact work by July 1. And then they have until the 15th or early morning of July 16 to have it completed. That means competency folio, internship log, all of those extra things, but try to encourage them not to spend, I know that those are important, but to spend their time on the evidence artifacts in the short run, and then they'll have 2 more weeks after they get those in to finish up their competency folio and those kinds of things. Have them prioritize that evidence artifact work because of the turnaround on that if it gets sent back for revision. So those are the dates. July 1, evidence artifact work. Try to have everything in. We can't go any longer than 9 o'clock on the 16th of July. The list has to go in at that time to go to Jostens. CILD is on the 13th and 14th. Steve, Mark, and I are going to do some conflict and communication things. If you want to come, you can come, but there are no staff development sessions for adjuncts, and they will not pay your travel since there's no staff development. So if you'd like to come, we'd love to have you. But otherwise, you'll just be seeing some presentations from doctoral students, and in our track, we'll have these. I'm not anticipating any of our students to come since that's the worst weekend. That's the drop dead weekend for our folks. I invited them all today, as I did you, but understanding there is no staff development, there is no reimbursement for travel. Hopefully, we will do a staff development in August. That Thursday and Friday, the 17th and 18th, would be my guess. If we don't get any money with the new dean, if he doesn't come with any money in his pockets, we'll do it virtually on those 2 days. I can't do it earlier that week because we have faculty retreat ourselves, and I'm sure it'll be over at Tucker. We used to go to Ridgecrest, but we don't have any money anymore, so we don't get to go back to Ridgecrest. So we'll do it on campus. And so that's that day and time. Evaluators, again, if you're listening, we're going to move this stuff through, get it turned back to them as quickly as you can. Do not let stuff slide just because it's late. Kathy Rivas, I want to call her out, thankfully, for sending one back today, as she should have. Knucklehead was told to fix it by his coach. He refused. The coach emailed me and said, that rascal submitted it after I just sent him, told him he had to fix it. It wasn't complete. And I said, well, Kathy, you'll catch it. And she did and sent it back. And that's what it's supposed to happen. I don't want us to get in such a jam time-wise that we start letting stuff go through. We can't have too many more Shirleys. We had Shirley in the program for 8 years down at Keenan High School. Shirley could barely write, and we don't need any more Shirleys letting them through. So encourage them to get their work in. I think that's about everything. I got all your pay chips in, and if anybody's got a problem with their pay, they're gonna pay y'all, I believe, on the 15th. Is that right? Have y'all heard it? You should have all your contracts. I sent in all your payroll stuff early, so you should get paid on the 15th is my understanding. Now, regular faculty, we won't get paid till the end of the month as usual, but I've heard that they're going to pay y'all on the 15th. That was the email that I got. So if you don't get paid, you let me know on the 16th. Or if there's a problem with your pay, let me know, because I think Seth and I had it all hammered out, so I hope it's all good. Because that's important. The enrollment numbers for the fall are down. You already knew that. They're down everywhere in every program. DCP is about to go out of business. Undergrad is low. Doctoral program, the LS programs doesn't look like they're even going to make a cohort on campus. Looks like they're going to make 2 in Charlotte and none on main campus unless a miracle happens. We're at 130 right now for the fall. Last fall we started with 180. We had a drop of 20 in the spring from the previous spring. We had a drop. Right now we're 50 down from where we were last year, but there's still time. They're going to go to August 1st, but we'll see. Right now we're looking at 5 classes of new ones. In regular and add-on, excuse me, 4. We're looking at 4 add-on and 1 regular, but I've already told Seth to put another add-on in, so we're looking at 5 add-on classes and 1. I think we're going to be up to 2 regular classes. So our numbers are not discouraging. I mean, they're at 130. I feel like that we'll probably end up with somewhere in the 150 range, and I won't be disappointed with that. And as I've told you, I'm working on another proposal for the university to do this program, but do it competency-based with no clinical component, where you don't get your licensure. It's for people who work in private and charter schools. I think that's a big market, and there'd be a lot of work. I think that might fill in the gaps a little bit from where we are right now. We'll see. And so, I 130 is good. If we get to 150, I'll be very pleased for the fall. That we had 180 last year, but we lost 30 of them before they ever started. So we actually started with 150. So if we start with 150 this fall, that'll be a win, in my opinion. Will be good. I want to thank Dr. Pickard for he and I are working. Steve, I'll get in touch with you about when we can get together. It may have to be next week before we can get together. But I've got to be back on campus the next couple of days working on Cape stuff. So it may be a couple of days before I get back home here to do that. And so, and Mark, everybody pray for Mark. Mark just had his hernia surgery. Says he's doing well. He just can't laugh, though, or cough, or breathe, or sneeze. But he's doing better. So prayers for Mark. Thanks to Dr. Sanders. She bailed us out on the students who were off cycle, created a class for them this summer, did a great job with that, so that that's going to be really smooth in the fall. We're not going to have all these students that are all over the place and scattered like we have had. We've kind of taken care of that, and we had 3 that were off cycle, and she designed the course for them. And so hopefully everybody will be in the right place this fall, and we won't have all these people scattered everywhere that are in classes where their portfolios don't match where they are in classes. I've got a couple that I would not let take classes this summer. They're having to take internship and catch up. So the goal for fall is when we start in the fall, everybody's where they're supposed to be. Nobody's off sequence. Nobody's off track. Nobody's behind with their evidence artifacts. Everybody's where they're supposed to be, and then we'll just kind of gather up and get our momentum going forward. That's been the toughest thing over the last year, is try to get everybody where they're supposed to be. I don't know who cuts all these deals and how this goes, but I had one that emailed me yesterday, said she was told she didn't have to do an internship log. I said, well, then the state won't give you your license, because that's a state requirement. That's got nothing to do with Gardner Webb. And I was like, I don't know. I learn more every day about all these deals, but we're trying to work through the deals and the issues and the problems and go forward and be done with all that stuff. But I'm appreciative of all that you do. And all the folks that work with us, and I'm especially appreciative of Dr. Sanders, my partner here on campus, that she's with us. I think that's been a big stabilizing force as well, as to have another person on campus. It's been good. It's been a good partnership. So I see I'm getting messages here. Let's see if any of these are people trying to get on. They might be like me. They lost their internet service. AT&T blew out. I see it's come back on now. All right. Anything else from anybody that's got? I don't want to just keep lining on. I got to go. Y'all do too. If there isn't anything, 2 weeks, I'll let you know. We'll probably meet again in 2 weeks. But if you've got issues, get in touch with me. Let me know. Phyllis and Karen, when you hear this, I followed up with both of you this week on interns. If you need me, holler on those. Remember, tomorrow night at 7, We're doing a town hall for all 605s. I'm going to read them the riot act and the same dates that y'all heard tonight. I'm going to have that same come to Jesus speaking with them tomorrow night because Thursday is the last day to apply for graduation or commencement if you're in the licensure program. Thursday's the last day. So I'm going to tell them one more time tomorrow night. So if you want to join me, I'll send you the link. I've already sent you the link. I'll send it to you again tomorrow.
All right. Is that at 6 o'clock or at 7?
Should be at 7.
Okay. Because I thought.
I apologize. We shouldn't have done it at 7 because that probably interrupts your class.
Okay.
But that was the time everybody said they wanted to do it. So we're doing it at 7, and I'll try to be brief with them if you want to try to get on right after that and do something with them. Okay. I'm going to be on for 15 minutes or less. I'm just going to tell them the dates again and tell them, look, this is the last time I'm telling you, not coming back on again this semester. If you don't make it by Monday morning, July 16th at 9 o'clock when the list goes to the registrar, I'll see you again in the fall. And if you don't get your money paid and sign up for graduation by Thursday of this week, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg for late registration, and that won't happen after the 16th either. So hopefully we'll get them on the ball. All right. I got to go. Y'all have a good evening. I will see you again in a couple of weeks. Call me, email me. We can Zoom. Steve, I'll get in touch with you when we got to meet again at the university tomorrow. So as soon as I find out all the stuff that I'm behind on Cape and get that done, I'll get in touch with you.
All right, Dale.
All right. Thank you.
Everybody. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
No.
Enjoy the beach.
Yeah, I will.